Ambassador of Malaysia as our honorable guest to this function. Welcome and thank you, Yang Amat Berhormat. Yang Amat Berhormat, as for your information, our organization has a strong network throughout the world, and we have been doing activities not only in Malaysia but also internationally. As the Association can clearly witness today that there are about 150 foreign delegates from many countries have come together to participate in this historical event. The numbers have been much higher if not for the election in India. Not only that, there are more than 1,200 people gathered here to witness this function. This event is also being held live in various countries. The speech of Yang Amat Berhormat today. In the year 2021, Yang Amat Berhormat is an opposition leader and a member of Parliament. Yang Amat Berhormat as our beloved Prime Minister of Malaysia officiating this historical function today. Your presence today gives us the highest in happiness, moral support, motivation with high spirit of inspiration to all our members of this organization. Dr. Ambedkar Organization of Malaysia will forget this memorable day throughout our journey. Dr. Ambedkar was the chief architect of the Indian Constitution. It is being the pillar of democracy in India. Dr. Ambedkar was the builder of the modern India, right? Particularly for the Dalit community. He was a visionary leader, economist, social reformer, research philosopher, writer, historian, and a radical thinker. For having recognized his supreme knowledge and contributions to humanity, to honor his contribution, his statue has been erected and named after him in many countries, especially in USA, Canada, UK, Australia, Japan, South Africa, Hungary, New Zealand, Germany. Of course, thousands of statues were built in India. The largest statue of Ambedkar is in Hyderabad, India. Ambedkar lived and guided everyone on the basic principles of equality, fraternity, and humanity. Ladies and gentlemen, Yang Amat Berhormat, today is a special day. Ambedkar was born on this very day of 14th April 1891. Today is also the 10th year birth of we have planned various events in the name of Ambedkar, for which I appeal to all of you who are gathered here to give continued support and courage. Before I conclude my speech, I would like to quote the saying of Babasahab Dr. Ambedkar. If you are united, you stand tall with high dignity and respect. Let me repeat again. If you are united, you stand tall with high dignity and respect. But if you are divided, you will fall and bring shame to your own community. Likewise, I would like to humbly request and advise the Indian community in Malaysia to stay united. You must also give our full support. The unity government under the leadership of Yang Amat Berhormat Anwar Bin Ibrahim to bring social reform and transformation to the Indian community. Our motherland is Malaysia. We believe this is unity government will help us to underprivileged communities to uplift its status in this country based on the principles of equality, fraternity, and unity. Saudara-saudari, Indra, Maandau Dato' Sri Anwar Ibrahim, Nama Prathama
Divided we fall. A timely reminder for all of us. Thank you, Dato, for the short and sharp welcoming address.
உற்சாகமான ஒரு எழுச்சியான வரவேற்புரை ஆரம்பிக்கின்ற நம்முடைய டாக்டர் பஞ்சமூர்த்தி அவர்களுக்கு நன்றியினை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்வோம்.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to recite one of Dr. Ambedkar's famous quotes on women empowerment. I'd like to welcome the first Malaysian Indian women Deputy Minister, Senator Saraswati.
ஒரு சமுதாயத்தின் முன்னேற்றம் அளவிடப்படுகிறது என்கின்றார் டாக்டர் அம்பேத்கர். அந்த வகையில் மலேசியாவில் முதல் இந்திய பெண் துணை அமைச்சராக மாண்புமிகு செனட்டர் சரஸ்வதி ரங்கசாமி அவர்கள் விளங்குவது நமக்கு பெருமையான விஷயம். இதை இங்கு ஒரு சிறப்புரையாற்ற அன்போடு அழைக்கின்றோம்.
அகில முதல் எழுத்தெல்லாம் ஆதி பகவன் முதலில் இருக்கிறது. Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Anwar Bin Ibrahim, President of Dr. Ambedkar Welfare Organization Malaysia, Dr. Jayanti, Patron of AI Malaysia, Mr. Om Sri Tyagarajan, Honorable Human Resource Minister Stephen Singh Ki-Chong, Honorable Deputy Minister of the Prime Minister's Department, Mr. Kulasiran, Honorable Deputy Minister in the Entrepreneurial Development and Cooperative, Dr. Ramanan, His Excellency Bien Reddy, High Commissioner of India, and our very special guest, the grandson of Babasahab Dr. Ambedkar, Mr. Bimrao Yashwant Ambedkar, delegates from various parts of the world, local Malaysian delegates, association leaders, and guests. Salam sejahtera, salam perpaduan, salam Malaysia. இன்று தமிழ் புத்தாண்டு கொண்டாடும் அனைத்து தமிழ் பெருமக்களுக்கும் எனது இனிய தமிழ் புத்தாண்டு வாழ்த்தினை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றேன். ஆண்டுதோறும் புத்தாண்டு வருகின்றது. இந்த புதிய ஆண்டில் ஒரு புதிய தன்னலமற்ற ஒரு ஒன்றுபட்ட சமூகத்தை உருவாக்கும் ஒரு புதிய சகாப்தத்தில் காலடித்து வைப்பதாக இந்த ஆண்டை நாம் தொடங்க வேண்டும் என்று கேட்டுக்கொண்டு உங்கள் வாழ்த்தினை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றேன். Esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, I stand before these dignitaries and the thousands over guests who are gathered here with a sense of fulfillment that our unselfish decision to form this Ambedkar organization in Malaysia has finally earned its due recognition. The achievements, the fame, the contributions of Dr. Ambedkar is voluminous. If we can go on discussing about it for months, for days, for months, but it will never end because his memorable contribution to the society is so huge that we cannot start and end in a day or in a short speech. However, there's been a discourse on why we should have an organization in Malaysia in the name of an icon from India. What have we achieved with this association over the period, and what is will be the next? What's next? For that, I will take very short time to explain so that I can give way for the Honorable Prime Minister to take his full time to deliver his keynote address. Basically, when this organization was conceived about 14 years back, why? Actually, at the time in Malaysia, we were witnessing political leadership crisis where there was change of leadership and there was split in parties. Different segments were trying to claim ownership to the leadership, court cases, court battles, and and there were so many educations happening in this country in the year 2010. That's when Dr. Peresami, who is seated here, he inspired us that we leave behind all the political struggle. Let us move forward with the vision to be the voice of the unheard, to advocate the concerns and challenges of the underprivileged. So when he mooted that idea, at the time Dr. Panjamurthy was already involved in the International Ambedkar Mission. So we four of us, and there was another editor, Dr. Rajan, we four of us got together and we said that we are not going to be part of the mainstream political struggle, but we will be the voice of the unheard. And therefore, we formed this association in the year 2010 with the support of Mr. O. Tyagarajan. We were able to hold many international gatherings and we were able to carry out our activities in the form of voicing for the unheard through the newspapers. That was the only platform that we had. We didn't use political platform because we came from different ideology. I was pro-Pakatan, he was pro-Barisan. So we said we will focus on the issues of the underprivileged community in this country. Media was our platform. We had all the liberty to voice out for the people of Malaysia. Then we tried to regularize this movement by trying to register the organization, but it took 5 years. Every time when we tried to register, it was rejected. So finally, it was only registered in the year 2016. Since then, we have pursued our struggle or our what we had set forth in the year 2010 to be voicing out on all the issues pertaining to the Indian community, especially in this country. In the year 2021, we decided to have this organization to participate in the mainstream issues, like voicing for the mainstream issues. Then we had during the period of COVID and post-COVID, we could not organize any events, but we struggled to squeeze in one event that was 131st birthday celebration of Babasahab Ambedkar. Thereafter, in year 2022, I became a deputy minister. And I relinquished my position as a secretary for this organization to another up-and-coming leader who is being your MC here today as an example of giving way for other women to come up in terms of leadership and especially in politics. So what is next for this organization? As I mentioned earlier, since 2020 we have been planning for many forums to create more leaders, because Ambedkar was an unparalleled leader. While he pursued his political career, he became the first law minister in India, but he never neglected the needs and the cry of his own society. And therefore, we have planned many events, many initiatives to be undertaken by this organization, and first and foremost would be to empower the women. Create new women leadership through this organization, because Ambedkar felt that the success of a society or a community is measured by the success of a woman. For a woman to be in politics is not easy. we will have manufactured lies, personal attacks. So we need to be behind the women and create the women to be a self-confident leaders to fight against the tyranny of all these attacks against them. So that will be the far and foremost mission of Ambedkar Association, and therefore I see a lot of potential women here of all races. Please come forward and be the next leaders of Malaysia. That's my request to you all. தமிழிலே கூறுவார்கள் ஒற்றுமையே பலம் என்பது. அந்த ஒற்றுமைக்கு முக்கியமாக இருப்பது நமது உள்ளபூர்வமான ஒரு அணுகுமுறை. ஒற்றுமை என்பது வார்த்தையளவில் நின்றுவிடக்கூடாது. ஒற்றுமை என்பது நமது செயலில் இருக்க வேண்டும். ஒரு பெண்ணை ஒரு தலைவராக உயர்த்தி பார்க்கின்ற பொழுது அதற்கு குரல் கொடுக்கக்கூடிய தலைவர்கள் இருக்கின்ற நாட்டிலே ஒரு சமுதாய வளர்ச்சி பெறும். அந்த சமுதாய வளர்ச்சி பெறுகின்ற பொழுது அந்த பெண் மட்டுமல்ல, அந்த பெண்ணை சார்ந்த அனைவருமே வெற்றி பெறுவார்கள் என்பதுதான் சரித்திரம் கூறுகின்ற உண்மை. அந்த வகையிலே நாம் கேட்டிருப்போம், உலகம் சமநிலை பெற வேண்டும், உயர்வு தாழ்வில்லா நிலை வேண்டும், இதை நிறைவே பெறுகின்ற மனம் வேண்டும், இறைவா அதை நீ தர வேண்டும் என்று நாம் கேட்போம். இது அகத்தியரின் பாடல்களாக இருந்தாலும் அம்பேத்கரின் வரிகள் உயர்வு தாழ்வில்லா ஒரு சமூகத்தை உருவாக்க வேண்டும், அதிலே பெண்களை முதன்மைப்படுத்த வேண்டும், அந்த பெண்களை முதன்மைப்படுத்துவதன் வழியாக ஒரு சமுதாய முயற்சி பெற வேண்டும் என்ற அந்த வேட்கையோடும் அந்த கோரிக்கையோடும் இந்த நிகழ்விற்கு வருகை தந்திருக்கும் உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் எனது மனமார்ந்த வாழ்த்தினையும் நன்றியும் கூறிக்கொண்டு விடைபெறுகின்றேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you, Senator, for the insightful talks and inspiring remarks that has truly set the tone for the day.
பெண் என்பவள் சமூகத்தில் உயர்ந்து நிற்க குடும்பத்திலிருந்து மட்டுமல்ல சமுதாயத்தில் வெற்றி பெற்றுவிட்டால் நிச்சயமாக அந்த நானும் சமுதாயத்தில் சிறப்பாக அமையும் என்றார் நம்முடைய செனட்டர் அவர்கள். அவர்களுக்கு நம்முடைய நன்றி.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we have reached the moment that we have been waiting for. Let's put our hands together to welcome our chief guest, Prime Minister Dr. Sri Anwar Bin Ibrahim, onto the stage to deliver his keynote address. Now, I would also like to invite the President and the patrons of AI and Malaysia to do the felicitation to the Prime Minister. Together with them, we would like to have Dr. Ambedkar on stage, please.
நாம் எதிர்பார்த்த தருணம் நமது அம்பேத்கர் மாநாட்டினை அதிகாரப்பூர்வமாக திறந்து வைத்து நம்முடைய பிரதமர் அவர்கள் உரையாற்ற வருகின்றார். அதற்கு முன்பாக நம்முடைய செந்தமிழ் செல்வர் தியாகராஜன் அவர்கள் நம்முடைய பிரதமருக்கு சிறப்பு செய்ய வருகின்றார். ஒரு பெரிய கைத்தட்டலோடு நாம் வரவேற்கிறோம். மிக அழகான ஒரு புகைப்படத்தை இப்பொழுது நம்முடைய அம்பேத்கர் அவருடைய பேரவர்கள் வழங்குகின்றார்கள்.
Thank you. We will now hear from our Prime Minister.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, saudara-saudari. Oleh kerana saudara masih lagi menyambut pertamanya sambutan hari besaran LU, maka saya ucapkan bukan yang subah kancah Dan untuk Ustaz Kamil, hari ini hari Islam September malam, maka saya ucapkan Kamil Tandu Bal. Dan sebab itu saya beritahu disambut oleh Datuk Kuasa ini, saya kata kita kena buat sambutan digaya, jadi saya sesama digaya selepas ini terima kasih. Saudara Datuk Ramli, Tuan Presiden, Tuan Menteri Eksekutif dan juga sebagai ucapan yang sangat baik yang tadi banyak. Yang pertama, jadi India, General Ambedkar, saudara-saudara, Menteri rakan-rakan sekalian, termasuk musi kita tahu berapa. Saya memang mengaku ya Ambedkar dan pernah beberapa tahun yang lalu saya pakai ucapan yang sedikit motor meningkat upasan perjuangan kenal. Jadi sebab itu bila diundang bersama saya seperti kata, saya bukan satu bicara biasa, tapi satu tokoh terlibat tokoh besar India dan dunia yang memperjuangkan erti kebebasan, keadilan, terutama bagi golongan yang miskin dan terpinggir. Saya akan the first person Ambedkar, whom I personally find immensely past contribution to the system. He's a man of ideas to believe in a just cause, not only for his community, but also for the rest of India. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we now live in an age where opinions are swiftly formed and swayed by the most sensational images and soundbites. Outrage has become the currency of attention, where candid conversations descend into acrimonious debates. Therefore, it has become increasingly vital to nurture an environment where depth and nuance prevail over quick and impulsive judgments. We must all strive to make Malaysia a place where a healthy, vibrant intellectual discourse can thrive. Diverse perspectives are valued, and disagreements are approached with civility. Otherwise, we become pawns in the racist agenda and by the religious because. We see this not only on the Malays, on some Chinese, and also Indians, other than some indigenous tribes. If we want Malaysia to survive, we have to go back to the core values and principles of humanity, of justice, of unity, because that will ensure our success. Not to pander to the racist agenda of various races, to showcase their importance by showing that it's only their problem or their segment of the population without regard to their interests that are. It is therefore precisely for this reason that I am very grateful you specially to join you in an event where we honor thought, knowledge, and contemplation as we pay homage to a singular sage, a beacon of wisdom, and a trailblazer for the age. Now, excuses, ladies and gentlemen, There's no easy way to encapsulate the story of a man as consequential as Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. But the greatest inspiration from his life is surely his indomitable spirit. This was a person who personified courage and fortitude, whose unwavering determination has given us what is possibly history's most remarkable example of the power of education, hard work, and indomitable spirit. As most of you have already known, Ambedkar was born on this day in 1891 into a community that was historically deemed that those days untouchable. It was a different time and a different place. Fighting only the outrageous colonial empire, but also a culture and a caste system is basically so inhuman. For Ambedkar to progress in life was an act of defiance, an audacious struggle against the servitude of social injustice. Unlike other peoples in his class from higher caste, young Ambedkar was forced to attend lessons while on the floor in the corner of the classroom, seated on a desk that nobody dared to touch. Too often was thirsty because he was forbidden from touching the school's water tap. No barber would cut his hair, no launderer would wash his clothes. Now, we are talking about this man with such spirit and courage. He wanted to study Sanskrit, but that was cheap classic language for the elite, but was denied because that language was considered too sacred for it. Yet, despite these and many other deprivations and indignities, Ambedkar eventually earned 2 doctorates, apart from qualifying for the English bar at PhD. I studied it. He would then lead a social movement seeking to overturn centuries-old practices, emerged as India's David medicine. In a way, although this is a popular comparison, I would consider Ambedkar greater than David medicine. And the conference shown by the organization under Jawaharlal Nehru, he was appointed eminent craft in the constitution and made Minister of Law. And that's why we study constitutional, the constitutions of various countries. The Indian constitution is quite spectacular. In terms of addressing central core issues about freedom, of basic rights, about the rights of those deprived, social liberties, which we in Malaysia benefited a lot when we crafted our constitution or prior to that, even by the late commission. His writings and speeches cover subjects as diverse as economics, constitutional law, partition of India, linguistics, theology, and of course, central questions asked. I was telling Mr. Sin that while in prison in Singapore, I have extensive notes now I should share with you, because it's enormous lectures and writings and books in English, and copious notes give this sort of real understanding of the struggle of those in the minority, and to struggle beyond what is deep and normal art. Now, although most of his writings were tailored to the politics of his time in Indian history, nevertheless, much of the writing that I referred to in my copious notes is timeless and remains relevant to us today, not only in India and other parts. So I mentioned to the Dupanyamuti, it's not enough to have such conferences and to celebrate his greatness, but to popularize. I mentioned, my Indian friends, excuse me, talking to my Indian friends in Chennai and Johor, some have heard no real understanding what that does. And I think all Malaysians, and not only for the Indians, but the Malays, Chinese, and Malaysians, you must honor this great sage, the great. Now, the central thesis of his argument is about social democracy. Social democracy, a concept quite distinct from the current European understanding of the term. While we may be familiar with the French Revolution motto of liberty, equality, fraternity, for Ambedkar, it is not enough to have mere legal and political practice of democracy. Now, one of his great addresses in December 1949, in his final speech in India's Constituent Assembly, now, I paused it, okay? We are talking about his address to India's Constituent Assembly. I think it's different than our MPs to share his speech to some of our MPs to understand a speech in Parliament must be well crafted and of quality. Too much excesses and nonsense to be said in Parliament. You must learn from the theory of There is an opportunity to you to craft good ideas, good criticism, alternative views, not mudslinging and heckling and bringing shame to the quality of parliamentarians in our country. Now, what did he say in his last 1949 Constituent Assembly speech? Ambedkar said, without equality, liberty would produce the supremacy of the law, the supremacy of the few over the many. Supremacy of the few over the many. Economic, law, education, no. Without equality, we will continue to find this gross inequality between the very rich, the elite, and the masses. 1949 he reminded us. Now, equality without liberty would kill individual initiative. Without fraternity, liberty would produce the supremacy of the few over the many. This is a very compelling case what we mean by freedom. Of course, now we see reformacy or the Madani notion. What I take from Ambedkar's philosophy is a compelling idea that democracy needs to be underpinned by societal commitment to achieve certain ideas and aspirations. I'm especially attracted to his emphasis on fraternity, which is essential for the fostering of unity, undoubtedly a central pillar in Malaysia and our philosophy of nature. Ambedkar understood that the former structures of democracy, elections, parliament, courts, well, they are necessary, but they are not sufficient in themselves. Strengthening the institution of democracy not only to ensure the independence of the judiciary or the free media or a vibrant parliament. No society in the world fulfills these aspirations in total. We all struggle to achieve these ideas in one way or another. Yet, a firm commitment to them is essential if democracy is to flourish. Another important example for Ambedkar's life comes from his commitment to women's rights, where one of his primary concerns was for greater equality under the law. Now, we are talking about 2024. He was talking about 30s and 40s in his speech at the time, where women are virtually together with the homes and not given equality. But he worked tirelessly on legal reform to grant women the right even to initiate divorce while expanding their rights to inherit property. Now, from promoting women's access to health care to supporting the autonomy and matters of marriage, Ambedkar was well ahead of his time. He is a visionary, not too popular in the quarters, then and now, but he stood firm to his principles. And India benefited from this great stage, and I believe humanity at large would also benefit from his vision, views, particularly in the issue of freedom, equality, and what he terms as social justice. So, ladies and gentlemen, by Ambedkar has passed on for his 7 decades. Now, how do we honor this man? Is to rekindle its flame, not to bury the ashes of the dead, by glamorizing what he did in the past, but to understand his core fundamental ideas and share his vision. As some of us, ethnic Indians or ethnic Chinese or Malays, we ultimately are human beings that must be accepted, fairly, justice, quality, and focusing to ensure the advancement of the downtrodden throughout the world. Thank you again for this. I speak about that with passion because to me it is not fair. I have used political rhetoric. We believe, and why do I then take the trouble? A Malay Muslim honoring a great sage in Indian Hindu or Buddhist. Because I believe that he has contributed immensely, sacrificed, abused and insulted and dehumanized in his time. but remain true to his core principles and values, through a tenacity of purpose and his courage. So, on this first one, Ambedkar would say, you have to take the lead. This country must share this value, and not to continue building some very petty issue, sowing the seed of discord and hatred among races. May I say this again today, that with this mandate, this government, particularly as long as I am given the confidence, I will not compromise in making sure that this country is for all Malaysians, regardless of ethnicity. Baik, saya dah sambung sedikit lagi tentang masalah yang dibangkitkan oleh masyarakat India. Dan saya tetap seperti biasa bersuka. Dan tadi Maulana Menteri daripada Sarawak, hampir 1 tahun setengah. Saya berjanjikan untuk adilan Malaysia. Saya perhatikan masalah masyarakat lain juga semua dasar-dasar hebat-hebat. Tetapi kurang yang kaya dan miskin terus berdebat. Atas nama dasar Bumi Putera, banyak yang disakau, memperkayakan golongan kecil, memiskinkan dia. Dan dalam Kongres Ekonomi Bumi Putera, saya umumkan beberapa langkah baru untuk memperkasa ekonomi Bumi Putera. Dan saya tidak perlu apologetik atau mohon maaf. Masyarakat Melayu atau Bumi Putera masih majoriti. Dan beberapa peruntukan perlembagaan lebih kami dan kita. Tapi umuman saya juga memohon kritikan keras dari wakil-wakil berpegawai. Saya nak beri nasihat. Caranya ialah berunding mencari penyelesaian. Kalau saya tidak lakukan apa-apa untuk membantu masyarakat India, sudah ada hak menikam. Tetapi saya nak beritahu, sebenarnya dalam kabinet, saya tidak pernah bertolak ansur. Apa isu? Apa keutamaan saya? Saya tak peduli sama ada toke India, toke Cina, toke Melayu, kejayaan kita. Saya peduli tentang majoriti di bawah. Sebab itu saya kata, yang pertama, noktahkan kemiskinan. Siapa yang dapat faedah banyak? Orang miskin. Kebetulan, dari segi jumlah, tapi dari segi nisbah. Di Kuala Lumpur, di negeri nisbah yang paling banyak mendapat manfaat, ialah masyarakat sendiri. Saya tidak lihat segi tahu. Kalau mereka miskin juga, mereka miskin juga, dan harus dibantu. Dan cukup di Kuala Lumpur, Negeri Sembilan, Melaka, Selangor dan Pulau Pinang, kita dapat menyelesaikan hampir keseluruhan masalah kemiskinan teka tanpa mengira kaum. Apa masalah kedua yang kita selesaikan? Kelas sekolah. Sudah pilih nak ke sekolah tampil. Ya, itu pilihan saudara. Perlembagaan mengizinkan, dasar pendidikan membolehkan. Sama sekolah tampil, atau sekolah Cina. Tentulah tumpuan kita pada sekolah kebangsaan. Kita tak nafikan, Pak. Ramai anak Melayu sekarang yang 100,000 yang ke sekolah Cina. Tetapi dari segi dasar, kita nak bangun semua sekolah itu sekaligus tak mungkin. Dan apa yang kita lakukan? Keputusan untuk membantu, membina, memperbaiki dari tandas ke sekolah tamat Anwar kecuali maknanya sekolah kebangsaan, sekolah Cina, sekolah Amerika. Dan kita lakukan dengan budaya sekarang hampir 100% yang melibatkan sekolah lain. Dan diperbaiki. Saya mau negarakan pimpinan Malaysia ini paham ini. Kalau tidak dijadikan berubah, ya banyak yang berubah. Negara hampir rosak, rakyat bermandala, orang miskin masih ramai. Mutu pendidikan kadang-kadang terjejak. Tak ambil tindakan. Tapi tindakan ini merentas kau. Jadi saya nak sudah sementara boleh buat kita. Kita mau Menteri Kesihatan buat ini atau Menteri Maju Desa buat itu. Tetapi jangan kita karena belum pernah pendekatan begini berbesar itu. Kalau ini sama. On the issue of hardcore poor and preparing integrated schools, the national start schools or Chinese systems. In the past, it was very selective. Now we prepare all schools. You fall to that country, we will assist you. If there are complaints, we will immediately address. If some complaints, immediately brought to cabinet and compare ministries to immediate act. Now, I want to emphasize this point because it's utter rubbish to suggest that this is not done. The Indian issue is not only Mitra. Some of you say, well, the Indians only 100 million Mitra. Not true. Again, I'm going to summarize a few of the initiatives, and we're not stopping it. Now, I want you, my brothers and sisters, to understand. Let us work together as a team. We can do it if we do it together. We can do it, we don't sow the seed of enmity between one place and another. I'm here as Prime Minister for all Malaysians. I want to clean the community. I will not be happy and satisfied and sleep peacefully at night if I feel that some legitimate concerns of the poor Malays or legitimate concerns of the poor Indians in the estate or some grievances of the Chinese or the Igbans of Karazans are not being addressed. No, I will not have that. We'll have to deal with it. And that's why I'm appealing to you. Work together as a team. Give us the opportunity to do it. Thank you, Lord. And of course we have to change. But there are problems in the past. We have to address. Every single cent must be accounted for. There must be proper auditing for expenses. I will not compromise with it. Whether you are a Malay minister or Indian minister, you must understand that this is the government. Now, this has been announced a number of times, probably. And other than that, how do you expect me to respond when some of my old dear friends, including some Indian friends, who say, oh, I want to left these ideals, and it's okay, I'm going to do this one, it's going to criticize. But be honest about it. The solution to the ethnic Indian problem is not going to be good enough. If you ask me, I don't want to admit it. Our everything will be transparent. No, but then it is already there. If I just cancel the riots, so it's okay, proceed. But other than it, now let's go. How much is that to go? For Indian only. 13 million. I set up when I was finance minister decades ago for the very poor Malays in the villages. But now, in 2024, we had 50 million ringgit just to cater for Indian. And the total allocation for 24 and into the 23 budget is 71 million ringgit. So I'm compared to see this is because this is nothing is done. And some wilayah betul lah ini anak tak terjadi anak kita sudah lupa kita. Dia dulu si bagi ke bos, sekarang si bagi ke kuli. Bagaimana? Sekolah baru ini buka 2023, 2024, SJKT dalam hidup kita tambah 2,000 keluar baru ni. SJKT Sivil Islam Mac 2024 juga. SJKT Sangga di 9 Mac 2024 juga. SJKT Pertang di 9 Mac 2024. SJKT Hiwat Merah Mac 2024 dan rekomendasi saya rasa mungkin saya akan kira sini sekolah. Dan ada yang lain. Bagaimana kita ada langsung ada itu. Kemudian yang dana tambahan 30 juta untuk pembangunan SJKT. Termasuk SJKT kita. Ini yang sebentar. YMAT Perak, North Hamam Selangor, Kuala Besar Johor, SJKT Rindu. 5 juta untuk pembangunan pendidikan dan kesejahteraan ML yang saya umum di Malaysia. 1,5 juta bakul makanan makanan di Pahang untuk B40, B40 12,000 yang sikit. Kemudian kepada badan kerajaan 26 juta untuk AIDS University dengan syarat dia berikan peruntukan dan kewangannya. Terus saya meneruskan untuk AIDS University 25 juta. Latihan tiket, eksperimen juga. Selain daripada program tiket yang terus saya umumkan, kita dalam surat Al-Mahdi 7 untuk juga beri ruang kepada pelajar-pelajar India masuk tiket dengan baik. Daripada itu, ini dari diumumkan PPP yang satu, ialah kita boleh masyarakat swasta. Dulu kalau kita boleh swasta, saya tak tahu sebut semua yang lain, ya. Tapi seperti yang ramai tadi, baik. Kemudian Petronas. Pada Petronas, program kita juga membantu program Bumi Putra. Selain program Bumi Putra, lagi asal Petronas, kita telah pastikan supaya pengambilan urusan dan staf India pertama. Dari sehingga Desember 2023, hampir 1,000 staf dan urusan etnik India telah diambil oleh Petronas. Dan hingga 1 April 2024, 78 anak-anak India memegang beasiswa Petronas. Cukuplah rumusan. Apa tujuan? Saya nak sebut. Kalau kita tak ada apa-apa, kita boleh tegur dan sebagainya. Tapi saya nak sebut, berapa banyak program baru ini belum pernah dibuat sebelum ini. Mungkin kelemahan kita adalah kerana terlalu banyak pencapaian di dalam BPP ini. Kita tak kita apa yang kita buat. Jadi, dia sebab kita apa yang bergaduh. Jadi, nanti dimain ini. Yes, it is adequate, no. It is the financial, no. Extreme voices of other colleagues who form the majority. I am agreeing with it. You can choose it, no. Well, I know you are the Prime Minister, not tackle the Indian problem. Yes, good. You will start it in the other one. You will deal with all issues and never see based on the principle of race. Everyone has to visit, even during COVID. I told them, we are here to show a good example. I'm not sure. How do you expect me to be a prime minister is unjust? They continue discrimination or in some other countries they discriminate against Muslims or minorities. They still problem. I want to prove a point. They want you to lead this country. You must be just. You must be just to all religions, to all our citizens. We have to reciprocate. We must therefore understand that we have to do this together. This is my first major address in responding to some of the issues. I have not read all the programs or initiatives done. We have the minister, who will see, and many active ministers, and all the leaders of agencies and let us do it together. Give some new suggestions. Yes, there are many other issues also. Do I agree? Yes. You mean to see 1 year, I have to if I solve all the problems in Malaysia, then I don't need to be a prime minister anymore. So you give me some time. Okay? So again, thank you for your patience, thank you for your duty.
Thank you very much for the impactful speech. Please remain on stage for the Ambedkar Award giving ceremony to outstanding Malaysians in recognition for their contribution towards community and country. I would like to invite both the patrons, the President of AIM Malaysia and Mr. B. Brown to join the PM on stage. Each recipient of the award will receive a pure gold medal, a certificate and a memento. We are pleased to invite the first recipient on stage. That is Tuan Ahmad Zaharil. Tuan Ahmad Zaharil, in his 30s, came across a woman who had been charged with stealing a RM18 pencil box. She had wanted to gift it to her only child, a 10-year-old son, who had topped his class. Ahmad Zaharil, upon learning what had happened, visited the boys' school, confirmed he had indeed done well. Ahmad Zaharil defended the mother from going into prison. In 2018, Ahmad Zaharil was approached by a gentleman who introduced himself as the son of that woman. Ahmad Zaharil's compassion had been inspired the young man who now became a lawyer too. This story touched the hearts of all Malaysians and has been taken to RHB Hari Raya advertisement. This is truly a remarkable story of compassionate Malaysians beyond race, creed or religion. Congratulations, Tuan. The next recipient is Mr. Samuel Jedas. Samuel Jedas is a renowned Malaysian guitarist, brought honor to Malaysia by winning several gold medals and 1 silver medal for the 8 categories he participated in 2006 World Championship of Performing Arts in Hollywood, USA. He has been awarded the Best Original Composition, Best Solo Performance in World Champion Arts Awards in 2004 and 2019. He has been mentioned in the top 5 history textbooks bring people together across barriers of race, color, creed, and class. Congratulations, sir. The next recipient, Mr. Sambat Rao Verma. Mr. Sambat is the treasurer of the association. He has participated actively in various AIM conventions in countries such as UK, France, Canada, USA, Germany, Belgium, Switzerland, and India. Mr. Sambat Rao, a key member, leads by and propagates teachings of Dr. Ambedkar in Malaysia. Congratulations, Mr. Sambat Rao. Our next recipient, Miss Tina Muralidharan. Tina Muralidharan is the second child and engineer and a medical doctor. She is one of the badminton icons of Malaysia. She is part of the pair of the national #1 women doubles badminton team. Among some of her outstanding achievements, she won the National Women's Single Champion in 2017, 3 Open Women's Double Champions in 2021. In 2022, Commonwealth Games Team Event Champion, Commonwealth Games Individual Champion, and France Open 750 Champion. Congratulations, Champion Tina Muralidharan. Next recipient, Misha Pritika Babu. Misha Pritika Babu, a 10-year-old from Natalie's Girls School Eco Kerala, is making significant strides in various domains, showcasing exceptional talent and dedication at a young age. Despite a young age, Misha's philanthropic endeavors are noteworthy, particularly the authorship of a children's gratitude journal incorporating the Madani concept. Through this project, Misha is raising fund of 10,000 ringgit for Children Cancer Association, Malaysia. Misha is also working in advocacy for children's mental health, aiming to integrate mental health education into the Malaysian school curriculum through her research and forthcoming book. Congratulations, Misha. And the final recipient for today, Dato' Periaswamy Munusamy. Dato' Periaswamy Munusamy was the inspiration for the formation of Dr. Ambedkar Welfare Organization Malaysia, OAIM Malaysia. He is also the founder member and deputy president of AIM Malaysia. He was the chairman of the organizing committee of the second AIM conference held in India in 2011 and the organizing chairman of Ambedkar Birth Anniversary celebrated in 2021. He has found almost all the Tamil daily in Malaysia, namely Tamil Osai, Malaysian London, Mata Osai, and Tamil Malay. He was also the executive committee member in Malaysian Newspaper Publisher Association, committee member of Audit Bureau Council, and member in Malaysia. Congratulations, Dr.
டாக்டர் அம்பேத்கர் அவர்களுடைய விருது பெற்ற நம்முடைய விருதாளருக்கு பெரிய ஒரு கைத்தட்டலை நாம் கொடுக்கிறோம்.
Thank you. We humbly request all the recipients to take their seats. Dr. Sri and special guests on stage to remain, please. Mr. Ambedkar and all his representatives of all countries would like to honor him now.
விருது பெற்றவர்களுக்கு நம்முடைய நன்றியினை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்வோம். அடுத்து நம்முடைய அலுவலக பேராளர்கள் அவர்கள் நம்முடைய பிரதமர் அவர்களுக்கு சிறப்பு செய்ய விரும்புகின்றார்கள். பெரிய ஒரு நன்றியை நாம் கொண்டுள்ளோம்.
We call all the international AIM Day from India, Dr. Shashank Goge, Miss Harumi, Miss Kawa Tanaka from Japan, Miss Takanon from Canada, Miss Pratnum from Australia, Miss Habib, USA, Dr. Sudhir Hamid from Brunei, Mr. Ajay from Singapore, Mr. Ramesh K, UK, last but not least, Mr. Sujit Hanwade from Mumbai, India.
அனைத்து பேராளர்களும் இப்பொழுது நம்முடைய மாணவ பிரதமர் அவர்களை கௌரவிக்க வருகின்றார்கள். பிரியமானவர்களே, அன்போடு வருவோம். டாக்டர் அம்பேத்கர் அவர்களை பேராளர்கள் முன்னேறுகிறார்.
Ambedkar's advocacy for social justice, equality and empowerment resonates and reflected in Malaysia through the profound leadership of Dr. Anwar Bin Ibrahim. Congratulations, Dr.
தொடர்ந்து இன்றைய பிறந்தநாளை கொண்டாடுகின்ற நம்முடைய டாக்டர் அம்பேத்கர் அவருடைய இன்றைய நாளில் நம்முடைய மாண்புமிகு பிரதமர் அவர்கள் கேக் வெட்டி அந்த கொண்டாட்டத்தில் இணைந்திருக்கிறார்.
We invite all the special guests to the stage for the cake cutting ceremony and followed by a photo session.
பத்திரிகை நண்பர்கள் உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், மாண்புமிகு பிரதமர் அவர்கள் இருப்பதற்கு வசதியாக இருக்கும்.
Thank you. Before we end, allow me to share that this event would not have been this resounding success without your presence and cooperation. Thank you very much. We, on behalf of AIN Malaysia, take the pleasure to invite all of you to join the identity reception along with the Prime Minister.
டாக்டர் ஸ்ரீ அவர்கள் இப்பொழுது நம்முடைய அடுத்த அங்கத்திற்கு செல்லவிருக்கின்றார். தயவு செய்து நீங்கள் வழிபடுமாறு கேட்டுக்கொள்கின்றோம். மாண்புமிகு பிரதமர் அவர்கள் அடுத்து நம்முடைய ஜம்முவன் ராயத்துக்கு சென்ற பிறகு நீங்கள் அனைவரும் செல்லலாம். முக்கியமாக பத்திரிகை நண்பர்கள் வழிபடுமாறு கேட்டுக்கொள்கின்றோம்.
The Jamuan is in hibiscus form in the same level as we are now. I thank all of you for your presence today and wish all the delegates a successful convention tomorrow. Thank